Hey everybody. So today I want to share three things that you can do to stay sane and even get wealthy during a bear market, during a recession, during what we're going through with this coronavirus crisis. So three things. Number one, I want you to revisit your investing plan. You put together your investing plan with a specific reason. A lot of it probably had to do with what your risk tolerance was. How much volatility could you stomach? What I want you to do is I want you to go back to whatever you put in place originally in terms of your risk tolerance and make sure that it still matches up with what your portfolio is doing right now. If not, then you need to make some kind of adjustments. One adjustment that you could make is to rebalance your account. What is rebalancing? Rebalancing simply putting your investment portfolio to the original allocations that it started off with. So let's say you had a 50-50 allocation before, 50% in stocks, 50% in bonds. Well, what have stocks done the last couple months? They've tanked. So let's say your 50% in stocks is now 40%, but let's say your bonds started off at 50, now it's at 60 because maybe your bonds are even, maybe they're up a couple percentage points, not a lot, but maybe they're up a little bit during this crisis. So you have 60% in bonds now, 40% in stocks. What I want you to do is reallocate and get back to that 50-50 level. That gets you back in line with your risk tolerance as well as gives you the opportunity to buy stocks when they're a little bit, or actually a lot lower than what they were just 6 months ago. So it's a good time to rebalance your portfolios. The second thing I want you to do is to revisit your financial plan, especially all of the financial goals that you've laid out. And I hope you've made financial goals. If you haven't made any financial goals, you need to get started with that right away. But go back to the questions you asked yourself originally when you made all of these financial goals. What do I want to do with my life as it relates to my money? When do I want to retire? How much money do I want to have in retirement? What kind of income do I want? Where am I going to get that income from? Do I want to pay for my kids' college? How am I going to do that? What vehicles are the best way to do that? Am I on track to do that? The last question, am I on track? That's a good one for you guys to revisit today. Am I on track to hit all of my financial goals? If you're not, it's okay, but you do need to make adjustments to get to a spot in your life where you are on track to hit all of your financial goals. If you don't know how to do that, please, please, please reach out to a certified financial planner. They can help you put together the pieces and help you make goals and help you put up like an action plan so you hit all of your financial goals. The third thing I want you to do during a bear market, during a recession, and this is a big one, is to limit your news consumption. Yes, I want you to get the news from the CDC, figure out what the latest guidelines are, how long do we need to socially distance and self-quarantine and all of that kind of stuff. I want you to figure that out. But then once you get that done, I do not want you to spend hours watching Fox News or CNN or MSNBC, just listening to talking heads go on and on and on and on, saying nothing new and adding nothing to your life. So what I want you to do instead, every time you get the urge to watch those news shows endlessly, is I want you to think of a productive thing that you can do, or a new hobby, a new skill that you want to learn, something you want to get better at. It doesn't have to be for work. It could be for fun. As for me, I am trying to get better at marketing. So I picked up, this is a newsletter based on marketing tips, strategies, all of that kind of stuff. So speaking of marketing, you're going to see me much more on YouTube, more consistent videos, more frequent videos. Another thing that you're going to see is I am starting a podcast this summer. It's going to be called Retirement Clarity Radio. It's going to be 100% focused on retirement issues. How can you have the kind of retirement that you want in your life? How can you achieve all of that? That's what the show is going to be focused on. So if you want to make sure that you get all of my newest and greatest financial tips, as well as get updates on when the show is going to come on out, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.